What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Trials of Heroes video. Today I was going to show you how to complete the Ancient Ruin, but unfortunately I wasn't allowed to use priests in there, so I wasn't able to use my precious Lilith. So basically the guide on Ancient Ruin will have to wait until the next opening. Another element of bad luck was running into Erebus as the first enemy team for Erebus. Just to make it worse. So as you see, I've spent all of my mysterious medals, and I haven't been able to even get past stage 451. So Erebus, that's just kind of where my journey ends in terms of Ancient Ruin. So instead, as uh, as suggested by the title, I will show you how to pump out some damage in the Guild Raid and the Guild Shrine of Fire. As you saw, my guild, like most top guilds or most old guilds, have completed the guild raids and will be going into the Shrine of Fire. So my guild mate Jrkirk is able to pump out some massive numbers, and I'll show you one of his fights in a bit, just so you can see how the hell he does that. Instead, you'll see my fight first. As you see, I'm ranked 4 in the guild right now. This is a quite old guild with some pretty good players, most of them PvP focused, which is probably why I have a chance to even get that high. Essentially, in here to make this work, you need Amon as the primary damage dealer since he does some damage over time. You need a Thanatos to trigger the damage over time, just so basically, if you have 10 stacks of Amon's damage over time effect, Thanatos is going to trigger all of those 10 stacks and then like without removing it, so he'll just build up the damage. So very, very valuable. Nyx is there to replicate the Troll Hunter right next to her, because Troll Hunter, as you probably know, prolongs the damage over time effects. Essentially, they add one more round. So if I have 3 Troll Hunters, well, right now 2 Troll Hunters and a Nyx, but they count as 3. If there's 2 rounds of Amon's dot damage over time effect, the Troll Hunters will add 3 more rounds. So it really adds up. Of course, since they do an active skill every third round in average, on average, they will they will add quite a few rounds to this. So I'll just show you how this works and why it works so well. So let's just get into it. As you saw, I'm spending some crystals. Normally I don't do this. This is just for the purpose of this video because I unfortunately wasn't able to do the Ancient Ruin video today. I've actually tried to max out my control immune with this team as much as I could. It didn't really show as a few heroes were crowd controlled, but yeah, you see Troll Hunter petrified, but I did try to limit the chance of being petrified. Of course, that's the main issue with Helgard, as you probably are aware of at this point. So the way this works really well damage-wise is, as you see, the Helgard in front has 27 stacks, 28 now, and so now it goes to 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. And essentially all of those stacks of damage over time done by Amon, they're going to get triggered by Thanatos. As you see right now, he's doing, I think it's 74 million damage every time he hits the front Helgard. Let's see, 85 now. He just pumps out of a lot of damage because the Troll Hunters, of course the Nyx as well copying the Troll Hunter, they prolong the dot effects. So this is why this really works. As you can see, I receive a lot of healing. That's because of the Lilith. Of course, other healing heroes they're going to work as well, but Lilith is just great in this, great for this purpose because she provides damage immunity to the Troll Hunter right next to her, and she deals some damage as well because of the overhealing. So, like overall, she's just really, really strong in these fights. As I said, she can be replaced with other heroes. But basically, this is why I'm able to pump out a fair amount of damage. So we'll just skip the last round since Thanatos is doing basic attacks anyway. There we go. And that was 139 billion damage. You might think, wow, this is really good. Like, as you see, 78. Yeah. As you see, what's that? 78 billion damage by Thanatos, 33 billion by Amon, and 23 billion by Lilith. All of the healing basically done by Lilith, so that's why she's very valuable in these fights. As promised, I'll show you Jrkirk's fight. So if if my guild friend is watching at some point, thanks for thanks for the opportunity to showcase your team. I'll just put it to basic speed. As you see, they are replenishing energy quite often. Right now, the entire team is at full energy. I'll show you why in a bit. As you see, Kaspar's stacks are just increasing. Right now, he's at 18, 19, 20, 21. He's on the first row on the right. If you're not aware of who Kaspar is, as you see right now, they're on very low energy, and Saloon is going to replenish their energy. As you see, it's slowly building up, and right now, there we go. They're on full energy again, which means that Kaspar is going to release his active skill every single round of this fight. If I speed this up, right now you see he's at 50 stacks. Now he's at 55 stacks, and that's just gonna increase throughout the whole fight, and that's why Kaspar is able to pump out a lot of damage, because every time he gets one of those stacks, his attack is increased, and his active skill is just gonna do an insane amount of damage. Um, as you see right now, the numbers aren't terrific. If I'll just play this until round, I think 7 or 8 maybe, and I'll show you why this is just really good. Let's just see if only 2 stacks left on Saloon, and now Kaspar should attack. So as you just saw, right now it's not insane, but just the last few rounds, Kaspar's damage just goes through the roof. So this is why it works. If you want to see the whole, I'll stop it now actually. But if you want to see the whole fight, let me know, and I'll gladly do a video, basically just covering this fight. But as you see, Kaspar is just able to 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 deal an insane amount of damage. The healing insane as well. So yeah, that's just why Kaspar works brilliantly. If you're wondering how does Saloon restore that much energy, it's because of one specific artifact. It's a pay to win artifact, really. I think you won't get your hands on it as a free to play player. At least I haven't. Um, so basically, why this works is because of the amplification ability. So if you put it on Saloon, every time Saloon releases the active skill, she has a 100% chance to increase energy by 20 for all allies. And because there's a Nyx right next to her, they just keep replicating their active skills, and essentially that's just what's going to fill up the entire team with energy every single round. As if you're planning to spend a lot of money in this game, I would say definitely go for that team in PVE. But otherwise, if you're not gonna spend an enormous amount of money, it's probably too hard getting a team that really works, because you really need a specific team around Caspar to get the job done. But essentially, that's the video on how to increase your guild boss damage. So hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one.